What's up guys, Excalibur here and welcome back to Star Ocean Anamnesis. So, the Planet of the Deep Blue Sea event is going on right now, and it's brought along another boss enemy, so as always, I'm gonna make a boss guide of this. Excuse me if my voice sounds a little bad because I'm a little sick. So, if you can endure this, then keep watching and experience the awesomeness that is this guide. So let's get started, shall we? Alright, first up we have Boreal Burst. It's a long-ranged attack where she sends 3 homing ice balls after you. All 3 can hit you, and each one individually does quite a bit of damage, so if all 3 of them hit you, you are most likely going to die. Luckily, you can dodge them quite easily. So basically, if you want to dodge them, either wait for them to come to you when they're closest. You can dodge away to the side and then dodge away again, and that should give you enough distance to the point where they collide either with the ground or they collide with each other and then explode. Or if you're feeling risky, you can also dash into 2 of them, and then with your iframes, or invincibility frames, you can explode those 2 and then dodge into the remaining one, and that also explodes that one. So, yeah, that's how you do that one. On to the next one. Her second attack is called Frosty Fire. It's another long-range attack. She targets one person and then flies away to the opposite side of the map from that person, and then she starts casting her symbology. It takes quite a while for her to get this attack off, so as soon as you see her start casting that symbology, you know she's doing this. So she creates this ball of ice in front of her, and that shoots little icicles after you in a 180-degree pattern in front of her. It's like a sweeping motion, so it sweeps from left to right 180 degrees in front of her, and then from right to left again 180 degrees in front of you. These icicles do quite a bit of damage when they hit you, so you don't want them to hit you, obviously. Luckily, there is a small gap in between each icicle that she shoots, so if you're looking at the icicles, all you have to do is wait for them to get close to you, look for the gap that's in between the icicle that's coming towards you and the icicle that's coming after the one that's currently being shot, and then just dash into that gap using a diagonal dash, of course, because if you're using a horizontal dash, you might just actually dash into the next icicle and your invincibility frames will be gone and you'll most likely get hit by it. So diagonal dash is to dodge, or you could just try to use your just evades or your invincibility to avoid taking damage. Now we have Maul and Helm Splitter. I'm putting these 2 together because they're quite similar. They're both short-range attacks and they do like nothing. So basically for Helm Splitter, she raises her weapon up into the air and then slams it into the ground. It's got a huge wind-up, which means you can tell when it's coming and prepare yourself appropriately. And Maul is pretty much the same thing, but this one attacks horizontally instead of vertically. She swings her tail. I think it's her tail that she swings, or maybe she swings the weapon, I don't know, but she swings one thing in a circular motion and it does like next to no damage as far as I can tell. So for both of them you can just dodge backwards and then that gets you out of the way of taking damage. Next up is Ice Patch. This attack covers the entire arena. Luckily it doesn't do any damage, so we don't really have to worry about its range. She creates some patches of ice on the ground, and these patches emulate the frost status effect that you may be familiar with. Basically it slows you down and it also slows your AP regen. Pretty much all you have to do to, avoid making this attack dangerous is look for the spots on the ground that don't have an ice patch on them, because this attack creates circular patches on the ground, and as we all know, you can't fill a circular arena with circular patches or multiple circular patches, so there's obviously going to be some spots that are left open, and all you have to do is look for those spots, stand in them, and you should be good to go. Now we have Icy Enclosure. This is a short-range attack, and it's one of her most damaging moves. Basically, she goes up into the air, and that's her wind-up. As soon as she does that, you know that she's going to do this. So she flies up into the air, slams into the ground, and that creates one of those deep freeze circles underneath her with an ice pillar sticking out of it. and that does, you know, it does a little damage, not too much, but that's merely the setup, and then the entire thing explodes, which does way more damage. The easiest way to dodge this attack is just by moving backwards, because it's not a dynamic attack, she just stands still when she does it, so all you have to do is get out of the range. Now we have Ridicule, and I don't even want to talk about this attack because it does literally nothing. She stands there all Shao Kahn-like and starts taunting you. It does no damage, it does absolutely nothing. Sometimes you don't even notice that she's doing it, so don't worry about this attack. Moving on. Up next is Rush, and this is one of her more annoying attacks in my opinion, because it always catches me off guard. Basically, she raises her weapon up to shoulder level and then dashes towards you with incredible speed. It's the same thing as the GA reverse rush. It's really difficult to see coming if you're not looking at her. If you're distracted by something else and then you get hit by it, it does a lot of damage. But yeah, like I said before, she raises her weapon up to shoulder level. That's the wind up. As soon as you see her do that, get ready, because if she's targeting you, you have to dodge to one of the sides, left or right, as quickly as you can when you see her moving, and hopefully that will help you avoid take damage. Next up is Searing Blast. This attack is quite annoying, mostly because it has a lot of follow-ups and they're all really dangerous. So the attack itself is she raises her weapon up into the air and then creates this fireball on top of her, and it shoots 3 smaller firebombs at you. They have some good speed to them, so if you're not expecting it, they can catch you off guard, and all 3 of them can hit you. It does a lot of damage. But like I said, the more dangerous part about this attack is that after she's cast that fireball on top of her and it starts shooting those fireballs after you, she can already start moving and do maybe one of those Boreal Burst attacks, or she can even start charging up a rush, and while you are preoccupied with the Searing Blast, the rush can hit you. So as soon as you see her do this, keep paying attention to her, see what she's doing, and if she's not doing anything, then you can focus on dodging this attack. I've also noticed that those Searing Blast, or well, those 3 fireballs can actually target different people. So the first 2 can maybe target somebody else, but then the third one can instantly change target to you. So even if she's attacking somebody else with those 2 fireballs, the last one can come to you, and then her follow-up attack can also hit you. So be careful of that. And that about does it for the Eternal Queen boss guide. There's actually 2 more attacks that she has, but these only become available in Misery 2, and that difficulty obviously isn't available at the time I'm making this video, so maybe I'll do some kind of update video about the Eternal Queen in the future, and by the future I mean next week. So I hope this helped, and I hope you tune in for the next Star Ocean video. So see you guys next time. Peace!